Let's Get Down to Business is presented by Bravo, the marketing arm of Ash Brokerage Corporation, the practice enhancement company. All this week, it's news you can use. And on today's show, our life insurance update for December 2013. And with me today is nationally recognized life insurance expert, David Schaub. Hi everyone, I'm Steve Savant, syndicated financial columnist and contributing author to Backroom Technician. Let's get down to business. Well, David, welcome to the show.
Glad to be here.
Well, I'm looking at a couple of things that are going on right now in the life insurance area, and we have new carriers that we're going to be introducing in 2014. And Ash Brokerage seems to be always on the hunt to really get quality carriers, especially with niche or anomalous distinctions in their policies or their pricing. And you have a couple of them. Let's just talk about who we're going to be introducing in 2014.
Glad to. We really do. We looked at our entire portfolio throughout the year. We really wanted to make sure that that there weren't anything else out there in the market that we were missing out on. And honestly, as we've had various carriers approach us and just let us know that they had some things that may be some opportunities to fill some spots in our portfolio, we decided to jump on it. We do have 3 new carriers coming up here that we're just finishing up contracting with that we will have available here in 2014.
Well, can you talk about that right now? Or is it still
Absolutely.
a little early?
The first one that I really like, Liberty Life, which is it's a division of Liberty Mutual, a family, an insurance family that everybody is aware of, seeing their commercials all the time on television. They've actually made available to us their entire portfolio, and one product in particular that I really like is their single pay, simplified issue, whole life product known as the the Estate Maximizer. Phenomenal product. It's one that we've seen in the banking and credit union channels for the last couple of years, and working with a couple of those channels have found that they've sold a significant amount of this single pay product, and we're really glad to add that to the portfolio.
Well, who's your other players?
The 2 additional carriers that we'll be bringing on are Foresters, which not many might be familiar with, a fraternal company that have a really robust simplified issue portfolio, very strong in the whole life markets, term insurance, in addition to universal life. They have all 3 available in the simplified market, and we really feel like it'll really help to add just a little more depth to our overall simplified offering.
Well, you know, Forrester. Well, before you go further,
ahead,
though, I want to ask you about this. You know, Forrester, though, I mean, it is odd for a fraternal organization to come into brokerage. I'm sorry, that seems to be kind of a new wave.
Definitely. We were one of the first BGAs that they approached, and the fact that they wanted to expand their offering beyond the traditional channels and wanted to look at just a couple of key partners that they felt like had that opportunity to really be able to move and to be able to work with them as far as the simplified offerings are concerned.
Okay, and who's your third?
The third is Pacific Life, a carrier that many know of and that many have, I'm sure, worked with over the years. We have finally found a way to be able to add Pacific Life to our portfolio. Really excited about it. The fact that they offer really about everything that you're looking for. Offer a very strong variable portfolio, index universal life, in addition to their single pay life insurance long-term care combo product that has really sold extremely well over the last few years.
So we're going to be rolling all 3 of these carriers out in 2014.
Absolutely.
We'll
very excited about it.
In 2014, we are going to be spending a lot of time on income. And we're going to be talking about income players. We'll be talking about participating whole life. Who's the winner in that genre? We'll be talking about current assumption universal life, indexed universal life, variable universal life. We're going to look at all 4 chassis, and we're going to be all over this. Talk a little bit about why we're moving so heavily in our marketing and our advisor planning in tax advantage life insurance.
Well, Steve, we really have looked closely at the trends in the industry. I'm looking at where the carriers have developed product over 2013. Traditionally in the past, a lot has been focused on the no-lapse guarantee market. We really we started to take a deep dive into really what was available there in the cash value space, to be able to look at the products that are out there now. And from what we've seen, that there's been a really big shift in the carriers and the fact that they're putting a lot of their marketing dollars, a lot of their energy in developing products for cash value. You mentioned whole life, universal life, indexed universal life. They all fit a specific a spot in anybody's portfolio. It's just up to us then to determine which one is the best fit for that accumulation and distribution sale.
Now, David, we're one of the purists in the entire IMO market that believe in fully suppressing the death benefit and still complying with TAMRA. I want to talk a little bit about this because we still have people selling indexing, selling somewhat variable, but they're still not doing it for cash accumulation, even though they told the client that. Talk a little bit about why we think this is an ethical issue and why we've went down this road of trying to sell it in the best possible way for the client.
We really do. We look at the entire approach and the fact that when someone's doing their insurance planning, we want to make sure, of course, that the need is covered first. And typically, using term insurance and other, less expensive forms of insurance will help to fulfill that. And really the area that we see in the opportunity with the cash value products for that space, for that accumulation and distribution, the goal there really is to buy the minimum amount of death benefit possible to really maximize that growth in cash value. And we've seen a lot of advisors out there that have not necessarily designed these products to work that way to really maximize really what's available to the consumer. And the fact that they can really force a lot of cash into these policies, have that contract grow on a tax-advantaged or a tax-deferred basis, and then if structured properly, coming out tax-free for retirement. We've all seen the statistics on the lack of planning or the additional need to provide additional resources at retirement. We feel as though this product really helps to fill that void.
When we come back from the break, we're going to continue our life insurance update for December 2013. And don't forget, you can request our guaranteed universal life spreadsheet right on our website at downtobusiness.ashbrokerage.com. And remember to sign up for your own 30-day free trial offer for Backroom Technician at brtnow.com/trialsignup.aspx. We'll be right back after the break. Back in the day, life insurance professionals were called field underwriters. Then, carriers trained their field force in the basics of life insurance underwriting. Today, the insurance industry doesn't educate the agent population as they once did. But now you can have the Informed Risk Guide at your fingertips so you can illustrate a reasonable rate class for your life insurance prospects. Just request your copy of the Informed Risk Guide at downtobusiness.ashbrokerage.com. It's free from Ash Brokerage, the practice enhancement company. Well, welcome back. I'm Steve Savant with David Schaup. And remember, you can watch all our episodes of Let's Get Down to Business, including my weekly consumer show, Steve Savant's Money, the name of the game, right at ashbrokerage.com. Just click on the show logo and it'll take you right out to our homepage. And just a heads up, before moving forward with any of the ideas on our show, always consult your tax advisor, legal counsel, as well as your broker-dealer compliance officer. Well, let's get down to business. We're talking about our life insurance update for December 2013. Well, David, in the second segment, I want to start right out of the chute with an anomaly. I mean, every so once in a while, we have a carrier that thinks not only outside the dots, but this thing has multiple applications. I want to talk about American General Lifestyle Income Solution. This is a huge bonus for a client, I think.
There's no doubt about it. We really like what American General's developed with this product for a couple of reasons. First of all, there's been a lot of carriers that have developed the combination life and long-term care or chronic illness products. Not that uncommon now. We've seen multiple companies roll this out. But the unique thing that really makes this American General product sing really is the fact that they offer a lifestyle income solution, which is essentially a rider built into the contract that enables that client to access that death benefit early for retirement. If they get into a situation where they've potentially they've outlived their assets as far as their other investment accounts, their 401ks, IRAs. This really helps to fill that void as far as the back-end retirement planning that a lot of people have neglected to really look at.
Now, is this rider embedded in the contract, or is this an extra expense load?
There is actually an additional cost, and it's factored in up front. So when a client is taking a look at this particular product and that rider, they actually have to estimate the point at which the income will come out in the contract. So they set that up in advance, and that really is determining the cost of that particular rider. And then at that point at retirement, they can go in and access that money at that time, typically looking at roughly age 85 as that starting point. And so what I talked about as far as the back-end planning for someone's retirement, that's really where this product comes into play.
Okay, so let's say I have a consumer who's been a policy owner, the policy insured, and he's lived to, like you say, 85. Let's say that's maybe the life expectancy. Well, he says, oh, I am a little short on money. I didn't expect to live this long, or maybe the performance of my portfolio was down a bit. Now I can access this contract. It's my understanding, can I access about 10% a year once we start about age 85? It seems to be the starting gate number.
That really is kind of the magic number. You can actually access that money earlier than age 85, but the product will really sing if it starts at 85 and accessing roughly 10% a year on that contract. The nice part is the first monies that are coming out are, of course, tax-free because it is a return of the cost basis. Above and beyond there will be tax implications with the balance that is above and beyond cost basis, but it really is a nice way to be able to create roughly a pool of money that works out to be about 10% of that death benefit per year for a 10-year period.
So if I heard you right, my income comes out at 10% right around that starting age of 85. And of course, I'm getting return of basis first, which I think is a huge tax advantage. And on top of that, if I live 3 or 4 years, I will probably exceed any of the secondary settlement markets if you're going to try to sell this death benefit as a play. Talk a little bit about that, because I think this is another application.
There's no doubt about it. Really, the way the product was designed and priced, it really is very favorable to the client. And that's really part of what we liked in the design side of it, is that you have that flexibility there, that should the client just decide, hey, I want to cut this off, say 4 or 5 years down the road, they'll still have that remaining death benefit there that will pass tax-free onto their beneficiaries. So you do have a lot of situations with clients as they get to that point in life where they maybe consider settling a policy, needing that extra money up front, where this really gives them that option to say, well, I can maybe carry this income for 2, 3, 4 years, maybe longer, but essentially it works out to they can just decide to cut it off, and the rest will then pass as a tax-free benefit to their beneficiaries.
I love this as a safety valve issue for our seniors. This sounds so great to have something at the end in case you really need it when you start to live past 85 to 95, which could be, by the way, the new demarcation line of where life expectancy in America is going. So to me, this is a great safety net at the back end of your income as a senior, as elder care. I could see this totally working.
There's no doubt about it. We really feel like this is just a unique feature to a product that other carriers that have not adopted yet. And really what we've seen as products have developed throughout the year, that this idea of packaged or bundled products, where we're looking at the combo products that I mentioned earlier, the life and long-term care products, this just now adds that third element to the product. So you've got life insurance covered, you have the chronic illness side of it covered with the rider built into the contract, in addition to this income benefit that really no other carrier offers today.
David, let's shift gears. I want you to talk a little about your 360 advisor philosophy. This is kind of I would say, almost proprietary to our own IMO channel. Talk a little bit about philosophically, what does this mean?
We've talked a lot about the 360 advisor concept to a lot of our advisors, and the fact that we're really here to help provide that entire picture when it comes to planning for their clients. What we've really found is that most advisors just work in a specific segment of the 360-degree circle, meaning that the majority of their time might be focused on investment planning. And what we found is if they're not comfortable in talking life insurance, long-term care, disability insurance, annuities, you name it, that we're here to help provide that additional support. And the idea behind that is we want to be able to make them a very well-rounded or a 360-degree advisor. And the fact that we provide all those resources for them, we think we can get most to that point.
David, before we leave the show, talk a little bit about this free book we're giving away called The Facts of Your Life, which I, by the way, love. I think it's a great reference tool.
Definitely. The Facts of Your Life book really helps to complement this whole philosophy of being a 360-degree advisor. And the fact that when a client that sits down with an advisor, they look at everything. And this booklet really talks about everything from their investment portfolio to all the different types of insurance coverage that they own, different types of trusts, wills, all the planning that's involved in basically putting together someone's entire plan. And so really what this does is it helps the advisor to sit down with the client, identify where all these documents are, so that it is an easy process at some point down the road when that individual were to pass away, that all their ducks are in a row for their beneficiaries and their loved ones.
If you want the facts of your life, we'll go ahead, just go out to our site, downtobusiness.ashbrokerage.com. Just fill in your name and the actual contact information. Say, I want that book. We'll send it to you absolutely free. Well, that's our show for today. Remember, you can read all my online insurance news commentary, advisor blogs, and articles on Producer's Web, as well as my answers to consumer questions on the Insurance Library. You can view all our past episodes on our on-demand section at www.downtobusiness.ashbrokerage.com. So follow me on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, or just email me, steve.savant@ashbrokerage.com. And remember, you could be wiser as an Ash Brokerage advisor.